Good times. Time to say bye. Boom.
Hello there, I just cleared difficulty 5 of the Sworn Disaster using none other than Nihility path. As you have just seen, you will be dealing tons of DOT damage while also healing insane amounts of health. If you're still struggling to clear it, here are some tips that you may or may not know that can help you with clearing difficulty 5. Let's get right into it. First up, we're gonna talk about team setups. For my team, I am using Kafka and Shampoo for DPS, Fire MC for tanking, and Bailu for healing. You can swap them out for Japort and Locha, but I don't have them, so I am sad. For placement, you want to put your healer and tank on complete opposite sides of each other. That's because of these little suckers that will explode in your face if you don't kill them or break them fast enough. When they explode, they will CC 2 of your characters for 2 turns. You will not be able to control them for these 2 turns, and trust me, you don't want both your tank and healer to be CC'd at the same time. It's not fun. Next up is blessings. I think guides for blessings are generally the same throughout all the different paths. The best blessing for you to get is always everyone! Jeez. Joking aside, here are some blessings that I think you should prioritize in the early or mid game. First up, for Nihility blessings, there is Offerings of Deception that lets you heal every time you deal DOT damage, and also Before Sunrise that gives you energy every time you deal DOT damage. With just these 2 buffs, it'll basically let you stay alive long enough for you to get all your 3-star blessings and then crush everything else. Next up is the Resonance Interplay. To get this, you simply have to obtain 3 propagation blessings. This is basically a free blessing that turns anyone that does normal attacks into a mini Kafka that triggers all the DOT damage that's been applied on the enemy. Finally, I have some general recommendations that are good for all runs, and you should maybe consider getting them given the choice. Excitatory Gland. It's always nice to get an extra skill point when you have none left. Being of Abundance. This is the only 3-star recommendation that I have. Basically, it's good for healers that are only single target like Natasha. When you heal one person, you get to heal the entire team, which is amazing. Next up, it's Reflection. This is the Destruction Blessing, which basically gives you a free Bailu revive. Curios. I don't want to get too deep into Curios. In my opinion, there are not too many Curios that are super game changing unless you're really lucky. But there are 2 Curios that I will always choose because they are consistent and reliable. Omniscient Capsule, which gives you 2 times loot, which allows you to always get back your technique points, and this is so important because Kafka currently has one of the best techniques in adventure domains. This allows her to always use her technique to destroy multiple chests or kill those pesky trotters that are running around with a huge AoE. This Curio will let her do that even more. Man-made Meteorite. Getting 3 blessings of your current path is always good, which allows you to build your resonance and get more DPS. First plane boss debuff. When reaching the boss in the first plane, you will always get one of the most important debuff for the last boss. Because the last boss only has quantum and imaginary weakness, if your main DPS is not any of those elements, you'll have a much harder time because you will not be able to break the last boss. When choosing the first boss, I will always go for the boss that gives me the lightning weakness debuff because Kafka, duh. That way my Kafka can always deal the highest DPS on the last stage. Lastly, if you're still unable to clear it, don't worry. It means you probably haven't cleared enough of the Communing trial quest, which gives you tons of passive buffs. So yeah, that's it. That's all I have. Thank you all for watching, and if the video helped, feel free to leave a like, a subscribe, and follow me on twitch.tv/Rufy. I stream there every Friday, 10 AM EST. Bye bye. See you on the next one. Stay safe out there. G.